shalom ushmor tzedkeinu uvoenu lechaim ulshalom me'ata ve'ad olam.
This holiday season, we at Temple Beth Shalom are proud to continue our tradition of giving thanks and spreading light this holiday season. Here are 4 ways for you to join in the tradition of giving tzedakah.
We are honoring the memory of Shula ben David with a newly established scholarship fund to help provide Hebrew education for students in need of financial support.
You can donate to the Jewish Community Services Food Bank by dropping off your non-perishable food items here in the Welcome Center.
We are donating 250 bags for food insecure students at the Frederick Douglass Elementary School. You can help by donating 1 healthy food item and showing up on December 5th to help pack bags.
And we are excited to share with you the opportunity to help resettle an Afghan refugee family here in our beautiful city of Miami Beach. We're working with Jewish Community Services and the Hebrew Immigrant Aid Society to help with this transition. You can participate by helping with logistical support or financial support, or just purchasing a gift card this Hanukkah season to help with this project. For more information, you can contact me or Rachel Lillenbaum. We hope that one of these opportunities will be meaningful to you to express your gratitude and spread the light this holiday season. And don't forget to come to Shabbat on December 3rd.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone, and welcome back to Temple Beth Shalom. We're very pleased to have a number of people in the sanctuary, and for those of you that are watching online, we hope you're having a wonderful Thanksgiving weekend. It really is such a beautiful holiday, and if that were not enough, well, Hanukkah is beginning in 2 days. Our first candle is going to be lit on Sunday, and we hope you can join us during the week. Each of the days, Monday through Thursday at 5 o'clock, we'll be lighting the Chanukiah, we'll be singing songs, we'll be having sufganiyot. As always, we ask you to go to the website and look at all the different programs. But the big highlight for next week, and the clergy just mentioned that, is Shabbat, which is a week from tonight. And at 6 o'clock, we'll go into the sanctuary. There'll be a Shabbat service featuring Hanukkah music and surprises and candles. And then afterwards, as you leave, there'll be boxes with chicken fingers and fries and latkes and bags of sufganiyot. So sign up. It's on the website. And Sunday morning, look for your email. You'll be getting a special note about all the Hanukkah activities. There's a number of things that are still going on. We'll be back on Monday, and Hanukkah will have begun. And so, as Rabbi Pomerantz always says at this time of before the service, to take a deep breath and relax. Enjoy our service with Rabbi Glickstein, Rabbi Leubin, and cantorial soloist Karen Pincus is with us tonight. So on behalf of everyone here at Temple Beth Shalom, I want to wish you all a Shabbat Shalom.
matov. Hine matov. Umanahayim sheverakim gam yakar. Hine matov. Umanahayim sheverakim gam yakar. Hine matov. Hine matov. Umanahayim sheverakim gam yakar. Page 10. Hine matov. Umanahayim sheverakim gam yakar. How good it is, repeat after me. How good it is. How sweet it is.
How sweet it is.
To be together on this day. How good it is. How sweet it is.
How sweet it is.
To be together on this day. Hine matov. Hine matov. Umanahayim sheverakim gam yakar. Hine matov. Umanahayim sheverakim gam yakar. Shalom aleichem. Shalom aleichem. Salam aleikum. Shalom aleichem. Salam aleikum. Salam aleikum. Salam aleikum. Shalom aleikum. Salam aleikum. How good it is.
How good it is.
How sweet it is.
How sweet it is.
To be together on this day. How good it is.
How good it is.
How sweet it is.
How sweet it is.
To be together on this day. Hine matov. Hine matov. Umanahayim sheverakim gam yakar. Hine matov. Umanahayim sheverakim gam yakar. Sheverakim gam yakar.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
I'm Rabbi Joanne Loyven, and I am joined here tonight by Rabbi Gary Glickstein and cantorial soloist Karen Pincus. We are so happy to welcome you on this Thanksgiving Shabbat to Temple Beth Shalom Kabbalat Shabbat services. Last night, as I sat around the table in Chicago with my family, my mom said, let's go around the room and say something that we're each grateful for. And my 14-year-old nephew said, again? We do the same thing every year. And he is right, because we do the same thing every year, but it's funny because it was a full year ago. Well, they did it last year. And I thought about the fact that it feels like it, because it's every year, because we do the same thing every year, there's something really beautiful about taking that time to think about all of the things for which we're grateful. But in Judaism, we actually get to do this every week. If only they did it at the Shabbat table every single week. We have this practice every day, actually, when we wake up. We say, Moda'ani, Moda'ani. And we, on Shabbat, have specifically this moment to be thankful for all of the things, for our bodies, for our souls, for our lives, for our families, for our friends, for creation, for the world. We are thankful for all of these things. But the beautiful thing about Shabbat, it's that we don't just say it at the Thanksgiving table and forget about it for a whole year until it comes back again. But we're actually meant to take it with us. We're meant to take that gratitude with us throughout the week, which is why at the Havdalah ceremony tomorrow night, we will be smelling the beautiful smells and tasting the wine to bring and lighting the candle to bring that light and all of that sweetness into the week with us. We're not just supposed to say it and leave it, we're supposed to say it and take it with us. So think about all of those things this evening that we're going to be not only saying we're grateful for, but taking with us into the week. And in order to begin Shabbat, begin welcoming it, we are going to drink a bit of the sweetness and light the candles to bring light into our sanctuary tonight. And for the honor of lighting the candles and saying Kiddush, it is my honor to call up Michaela and George Goodman.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר קידשנו במזוודה וציוונו אל הדיגנר של שבת.
Amen.
O source of light and truth, creator of the eternal love, goodness, help us to find knowledge by which to live. Lead us to take the words we shall speak into our hearts and our lives. Bless all who enter this sanctuary in need, all who bring the offerings of their hearts. May our worship lead us to acts of kindness, peace, and love.
Amen.
We continue with Kiddush on page 5.
Vayehi Erev, Vayehi Voker, Yom HaShishi. The heaven and the earth were finished and in all their array. On the seventh day, God finished the work that God had been doing. And God ceased on the seventh day from all work that God had done. And God blessed the seventh day and declared it holy, because on it God ceased from all the work of creation that God had done.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kideshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu b'shabbat kodsho v'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu. זיכרון למעשה וראשית, כי הוא יום תחילה למקרא קודש, זכר ליציאת מצרים, כי באנו בחרת ואותנו קידשת מכל העמים, ושבת קודשך באהבה וברצון הנחלתנו. ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת. Amen.
Amen. L'chaim. May the door of the synagogue be wide enough to receive all who hunger for love, all who are lonely for friendship. May it welcome all who have cares to unburden, thanks to express, hopes to nurture. May the door of the synagogue be narrow enough to shut out pettiness, pride, envy, and enmity. May its threshold be no stumbling block to young or straying feet. May it be too high to admit complacency, selfishness, and harshness. May the synagogue be, for all who enter, the doorway to a richer and more meaningful life. We continue with L'chuna Ranana on page 12.
L'chuna Ranana la'Adonai, Navriya letzo yisheinu. L'chuna Ranana la'Adonai, Navriya letzo yisheinu. Nikadma fanav betoda, bizmerot navriya lo. Nikadma fanav betoda, bizmerot navriya lo. Ki el gadol Adonai, u'melech gadol al kol Elohim. Ki el gadol Adonai, u'melech gadol al kol Elohim. Ki el gadol Adonai, u'melech gadol al kol Elohim. Ki el gadol Adonai, u'melech gadol al kol Elohim. L'chuna Ranana la'Adonai, Navriya letzo yisheinu. L'chuna Ranana la'Adonai, Naria, let's Ishenu. Lecado D, page 20. La 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 la, lecado D. La 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 la, liquat kala. La 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 la, pene Shabbat. Pene Shabbat nekabe. La 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 la, lecado D. La 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 la, liquat kala. La 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 la, pene Shabbat. Pene Shabbat nekabela. Verse 1. Shamor vezakor Eribor echad Yishmianu El hameyuchad Adonai echad Ushemo echad Leshehu tiferet veletihila Yai dai dai La 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 lekadodi La 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 likrat kala La 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 pene Shabbat Pene Shabbat nekabela. Verse 2. Likrat Shabbat lechuven elka Kehi mekor haberacha Merosh mekedem nesucha Sof ma'aseh v'machshava Tequila Yai lai lai La 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 Likadodi La 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 Likrat kala La 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 Pene Shabbat Pene Shabbat nekabela. Verse 5. Hitoreri Kiva ore Kumi ori Shidaveri Kevod Adonai Alayik nigla Yai dai dai La 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 lekadodi La 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 likrat kala La 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 pene Shabbat Pene Shabbat nekabela. Boi v'shalom Ateret vala Gam b'simcha V'tzola Toch emuneh Am segula Boi kala Boi kala Yai dai dai La 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 Lekadodi La 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 Likrat kala La 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 Pene Shabbat Pene Shabbat nekabe La 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 Lekadodi La 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 Likrat kala La 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 Pene Shabbat Pene Shabbat nekabela.
We continue with our call to prayer on page 28.
Yada die 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 gotta die, die, die. Am I awake? Am I prepared? Are you listening to my prayer? Can you hear my voice? Can you understand? Am I awake? Am I prepared? Baruch hu Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam Vahed. Le'olam Vahed. Da-da-die, die-die. 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 Da-da-die, die-die.
Take a moment to take a deep breath in. And another, why not? As we recite the Shema together, Shema, we listen to the voice of one another. Page 34.
Shema Israel, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha v'chol levavecha v'chol nafshecha v'chol meodecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom alevavecha v'shinantam nevanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha v'vetecha uv'lechtecha v'derech uv'shochbecha uv'kumecha וקשרתם להות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם אמת.
Amongst the many things for which there are to be grateful, to be thankful, we can't forget our freedom, our redemption, and the freedom to be able to celebrate Thanksgiving on a Thursday and Shabbat on a Friday in the same country. We turn to Mi Chamocha and we pray that everyone in the world will feel the same freedom, feel the same sense of redemption. Page 40.
We are walking in the light of God. 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 Repeat after me. We are walking, we are walking, we are walking in the light of God. We are walking, we are walking, we are walking in the light of God. Mikamoka, Mikamoka ba elim Adonai, Mikamoka nedar vakodesh, Mikamoka ba elim Adonai, Mikamoka nedar vakodesh. Nora tehilot, oh sefele. Nora tehilot, oh sefele. We are walking in the light of God. 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 Here we go. We are walking, we are walking, we are walking in the light of God. We are walking, we are walking, we are walking in the light of God. In Zoo, see a humble cooking in Quincos, 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 see a humble, see a humble, see a humble cooking in Quincos, see a humble, see a humble, see a humble cooking in Quincos. We are walking in the light of God. We are walking in the light of God.
As we turn to our Hashkivenu prayer, our prayer for shelter, and we know just how important it is to have physical shelter, it really has dawned on me this week after speaking to so many people how important it is to have the shelter of community, to have the shelter of friendship, and to have the shelter of family, whether that's by blood or friends who are family. So we pray for our continued shelter, both physical and emotional.
Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Hashkivenu, Adonai Eloheinu. Hashkivenu, LeShalom. Ve'ha'amidenu, Shomrenu L'chaim. Ufros Aleinu, Sukkot Shlomecha. Hashkivenu, Hashkivenu, Adonai Eloheinu. Hashkivenu, LeShalom. Hashkivenu, Adonai Eloheinu. Hashkivenu, LeShalom. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms.
We rise and face the ark for our central prayer, the Amidah, which can be found on page 46.
Adonai Sephatai Tiftach Ufi Agitehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, האל הגדול, הגיבור והנורא, אל עליון, גומל חסדים טובים, וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע. משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם, מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות ומידו מלך, מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
We take a few moments of silent prayer. When you are finished, you may be seated.
מודים אנחנו לך, שאתה הוא אדוני אלוהינו, ואלוהי אבותינו, ואימותינו לעולם ועד.
מודים אנחנו לך, צור חיינו, מגן אישנו, אתה
with social justice, panim, meditation, Torah study, and even touch Shabbat. But on Tuesday morning, bright and early at 8 a.m., I'm in a class on Pirkei Avot, begun by Dr. Susan and Marshall Folstein, and ably joining them is Rabbi Davis for his words of wisdom and Hebrew interpretation. This class is not only challenging, but stimulating, and has afforded me the opportunities to make deep friendships.
laughter of the children, for the way they greet the day.
With their endless stream of questions, they remind us how to play.
And for the ones we call beloved, who take away our fear, they tell us without saying it. Remember, I am here. Remember, I am here. Modim, אנחנו לך.
Modim, אנחנו לך.
Modim, אנחנו לך. לעולם ועד.
צור חיינו, מגן נפשנו, אתה הוא לדור ודור.
מודים אנחנו לך לעולם ועד. מודים, מודים.
What a beautiful way to think about this Shabbat between Thanksgiving and Hanukkah. This whole period we call Thanksgivika. It's kind of a way of thinking of the way it falls this year. So I heard a couple of stories from a Jewish day school. One administrator was trying to explain to a 5-year-old a kind of a 21st century version of the miracle of the oil, and said this: imagine an iPhone lasting 8 days on one charge. Wouldn't that be a miracle? But the incident that I enjoyed even more was a child excitedly told her teacher, "Grandma and Grandpa are coming for Hanukkah and bringing us guilt." And the teacher said, "I think you mean gelt." And the parent who was standing there said with a sigh, "Undoubtedly both." Well, tonight I don't want to focus either on gelt or guilt, though I have to say I think both are appropriate in the right amounts. This Shabbat, when we're dealing with this period of time between Thanksgiving and the holy festival of Hanukkah, I do want to examine gratitude, but from a specific point. And I trust that yesterday, as you prepared to eat a meal, that you gave thanks for the many wonderful and blessed aspects of your life. I hope you were filled with the abundance of the miraculous, precious moments that fill our daily lives, and express thanksgiving for them. One of my favorite quotes from Albert Einstein was, "There are only two ways to view the world. Either everything is a miracle or nothing is." For me, everything is a miracle. And I try to express that gratitude. And I want to share with you a poem that was written in the 19th century by the great American poet Walt Whitman about how he saw gratitude and miracles, daily miracles. Why, who makes much of a miracle? As for me, I know nothing else but miracles. Whether I walk the streets of Manhattan or dart my sight over the roofs of houses toward the sky, or wade with naked feet along the beach just at the edge of water, or stand under trees in the woods, or talk by day with anyone I love, or sleep in the bed at night with anyone I love, or sit at a table at dinner with the rest, or look at strangers opposite me riding in the car, or watch honeybees busy around the hive of a summer forenoon, or animals feeding in the fields, or birds, or the wonderfulness of insects in the air, or the wonderfulness of the sundown, or of stars shining so quiet and bright, or the exquisite, delicate, thin curve of the new moon in spring. These with the rest, one and all, are to me miracles, the whole referring, yet each distinct and in its place. To me, every hour of the light and dark is a miracle. Every cubic inch of space is a miracle. Every square yard of the surface of the earth is spread with the same. Every foot of the interior swarms with the same. To me, the sea is a continual miracle. The fishes that swim, the rocks, the motion of the waves, the ships with men in them. What stranger miracles are there? And this coming Sunday evening, we will light a shamash and one candle, and we will thank God for specific miracles or general bayamim ahem bazman hazeh, in those days and in this time. So this Thanksgiving and in anticipation of Shabbatica next week, I want to focus on one specific reason for gratitude. I want to focus on those unknown persons or a person who made a difference in our lives. Now, I'm not referring to the usual suspects, the ones who we know in our lives and know very well. I'm focusing on the one-offs, those who appeared and disappeared just as quickly, but made a difference. In our Parsha Vayeshev, Joseph, we're introduced to him this week, goes on a journey to find his brothers shepherding flocks. And he's supposed to bring back a report to his father, Yaakov. On the way, Joseph gets lost in the field. And the Torah says, when he reached Shechem, a man came upon him wandering in the fields. The man asked him, "What are you looking for?" He answered, "I'm looking for my brothers. Could you tell me where they're pasturing?" The man said, "They've gone from here, for I heard them say, 'Let us go to Dothan.'" So Joseph followed his brothers and found them in Dothan. Now the commentators spend a lot of time debating whether this Ish, this person that he met in the field who found him, was a regular human being or in fact the angel Gabriel. The Torah says and leaves us with a mystery. But what is clear is that this anonymous person was crucial to the story that is our story, the story of the creation of the Jewish people. By finding his brothers and not giving up and going home, this Ish, this person, helped direct Joseph to the right place where he was sold into slavery, ultimately freed and redeemed his family, our family, and began the sojourn in Egypt, which of course led to the Exodus, to Mount Sinai, and, well, as they say, the rest is history. The Ish, in many ways, was both a human being and an angel. In Hebrew, the Hebrew word for angel is malach, which not only means angel, but it means messenger. I've been thinking about those people who played that special role in my life for a brief period and then were gone. They said something, or they did something, or they helped me at a crucial time, and it made all the difference. I heard Rabbi Angela Buchdahl of Central Synagogue tell this story. One Friday night, she was introducing an older rabbi who was in the congregation visiting. His name was Rabbi Sam Stahl. And Rabbi Buchdahl recounted that in 1965, her father, Rabbi Buchdahl's father, was stationed in South Korea and met a young Korean woman. They fell in love and they wanted to marry. But her father was leery about how they would be received when he went home. So he wanted to ask a rabbi for his advice. Now, Rabbi Stahl was the army chaplain at that time on the base. So the two of them made an appointment and met with Rabbi Stahl. And whatever he advised them, they left confident that they could make a life together. Rabbi Buchdahl ended her remarks saying, "Thank you, Rabbi Stahl. Without you, I might never have existed." She's the daughter of that marriage. Now, I don't know if Rabbi Stahl even remembered that meeting. How many meetings do we have with someone that takes a half hour or an hour and we forget about it? We don't know what we said and don't recall. But it made all the difference for Rabbi Buchdahl and her family. And I've been searching my memory for those in my life who affected me in an important way and then disappeared. And I have to tell you, I've found many. A teacher, a young professional golfer, a Hillel rabbi, a young girl in Mexico, a German poet, a kibbutz chaver, an angry congregant, a sick child, an Ethiopian woman, and many more. I know almost nothing about them or what happened to them after our encounter, but they changed my life in ways that shaped who I am and shaped the direction of my life. Rabbi Louis Camrus shared a small moment he had with a brand new employee, one of the maintenance crew at his temple. It was a young non-Jewish man who said to the rabbi, "All of my life I've worried about being forgotten, but you Jews don't forget anyone." He was looking at the yahrzeit plaques that filled the sanctuary in that building. We Jews do have many ways to remember those who are no longer living and whom we carry in our hearts and memories. However, this year, as we light each candle, perhaps recall one person who added light to your life, making a lasting impact, and then, like the candle itself, was gone in a brief time. 8 nights to appreciate the miraculous nature of our lives and the malachim, the angels, the messengers, who for a limited time found us and guided us with an insight or taught us, who could have made and did make an essential difference. This year, as my family lights each light, and we, God willing, will be blessed to be with all of our children and grandchildren this year, I intend to recall each night one ish, one malach in my life who helped me when I was wandering on the path. And maybe, if my family is receptive, I will relate to them what that angel gave to me. Gifts and miracles come in many forms, and I am grateful for them all. Shabbat Shalom and Chag Urim Sameach. Have a wonderful Hanukkah.
Thank you so much, Rabbi, for those very important words. I'm already thinking as you were speaking about all of the people that I'm going to recount this week. So thank you. And we think about, at this moment, all of the people in our lives who are in need of healing, and healing of body, mind, or spirit. If you are thinking of someone who tonight can use our communal prayer for healing, please feel free to say their names out loud or in your heart as my hand moves around the room.
Bonnie Terrell.
hold all of their names in our hearts as we pray for them, a refuah shlema, a complete and total healing, with our healing prayer, Misha Berach.
Misha Berach Avotenu Mikol habracha le'imotenu. May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Misha Berach. Misha Berach Imotenu Mikol habracha le'avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen.
Please rise as the ark is opened and we pray the Allenia Prayer.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם כלכנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
You may be seated. At this time, we remember all of those in our community who are no longer with us. We especially think of those in our community who are in the Shloshim, the first 30 days of mourning, and are remembering their loved ones. We remember Harriet Sterling, Carlos Frumkin, Shirley Spector, Ian Cheolaku, Shula Ben David, Karen Morris Benwitt, and Joyce Ackerman. At this time, we also remember those who have died at this time in years past and whose family members have lovingly inscribed their names in our alcove of remembrance. We remember Ruth Baker, Pauline Brooks, Dorothea B. Cohen, Nathan Darsky, Tila DeGoot, Harold Dorfman, Sylvia Engels, Sylvia Friedman, Laura Friedwald Gosnell, Helene Cantor, Danielle Kornblum, Thomas C. Kravitz, Isidore A. Kravitz, Gertrude Lazarus, Sarah R. Lowenthal, Mayor Mayerson, Esther Molaski, Eve S. Ratzin, Isidore Reese, Fanny Levin Rosenbaum, Hannah Salmonson, Edward J. Schaefer, Tully Shiner, Berta Schwartz, Israel David Shapiro, Joseph L. Sharp, Julius Sherman, Freda Fritzi Simberg, Virginia Loeb, Strasburg Rose, Harold Vinnick, and Merrill A. Young. And we also remember at this time everyone in our community who has died at this time in years past in our yard site list. We remember Sylvia Berkson, Ethel Bernstein, Jane Bubis, William Bill Cohen, Harvey Levin Cutler, Marlene Finvarb, Beth Mala Goldsamler, Vivian Groff, Sylvia Julian, Milton Klein, Ruth Kupferman, Lorraine Schneck-Lipkin, Anita Matusow, Sophie Miller, Muriel R. Nathan, John Jacob Nicholson, Harold Rosenthal, Rebecca Rubenstein, Jack M. Schaefer, Rose Storch, Cyril Simmons, Craig Vance, Ruth Gidney Wagner, Saul Wald, and Richard Walheimer, and Stanley Wolk. We also remember the more than 6 million men, women, and children who were murdered in the Shoah, and we remember all of those who fought for our freedoms so that we could live freely here in the United States of America, as well as all of those who fought for our freedom in our homeland of Israel. If there is anyone that you are remembering this evening, if you are commemorating a yard site or remembering someone, please feel free to stand up and say their name and remain standing so that we can soon stand with you. At this time, please rise as we say Kaddish together as one community. Can be found on page 294. We hold all of their names in our hearts as we pray. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divrach yirteh v'amlich malchuteh, b'chayachon uv'yomechon uv'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael, V'agala ubizman kariv ve'imru amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mevorach le'olam u'almei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei d'kudisha b'richu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nechamata. Damiran be'alma ve'imru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya. V'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'ramav, hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru amen. Zichronam levracha, may their memories always be for us a blessing. You may be seated. We have so many exciting things coming up. As Mark mentioned in the beginning of the service, Sunday night is Hanukkah, and we have so many amazing ways to give back in the community. There's a video that was shown in the beginning that explains all of this, as well as our website, if you would like more information as to the many ways that you can spread the light and share your light this Hanukkah season. And of course, we hope that you join with us next week. Shabbatka, same time here, same place, and as Mark mentioned as well, lots of fried treats. So
Awesome.
I definitely recommend coming next week to our Shabbat and Hanukkah celebration and sharing and spreading the light. And tomorrow morning we have Torah study at 9:30, our regular time, and we have 10:30 minyan. Shabbat shalom, everyone. Happy
Shabbat
Thanksgiving
shalom.
weekend. Thank you all for joining us this evening, and we will close with Oseh Shalom.
And I encourage you to stand up, clap, dance. It's all good. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, ve'emro, amen. Oseh shalom, Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, ve'emro, amen. Hey, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.